we just had to overcome that and came back out, and I think the second half is what we all were wanting us to see as we came out here today and we got it. We have a lot of respect for that team, and the team just finds a way to hang in there and win the game, and we thought maybe that's what we were getting into.
You guys were on a short week, Jerry, obviously coming off an extremely dominant win. Just what does it say about your team that you've now put together two back-to-back games where you guys have looked solid?
Well, I think it's encouraging. It really is. Those are good teams we're playing, and so that is encouraging. And we should build on that. That should encourage us. And we've got a little time off here. Our flu bug will kind of be hopefully taken care of during that time. But still, these two wins really, not to take anything away from the day, but these two past wins have really put some base under us to really go from here. I think we got out here pretty healthy, and that's going to be good as we go forward.
Jerry, was this encouraging what you saw from Michael Gallup today and just the receiving core overall?
Well, he was excellent. He made key, big catches, snatching, and that was just a thing to see. And he certainly showed why we relied on his availability and hopefully his availability as we went on into when we started this year, and I'm glad we got him.
Jerry, the tradition of the Thanksgiving holiday and the Dallas Cowboys, it's been a while since the Cowboys have won on Thanksgiving, 4 years in a row. What does it mean to win the game, and how much extra special is Thanksgiving dinner going to be now?
Well, I didn't realize really that I just hadn't been doing my reading, I guess, but candidly, I didn't realize that we were that long in winning. But Thanksgiving is very, very special around here. I love the way the traditional aspect for the Cowboys, the way Texas Ram fought for it. Nobody wanted the game. He kept it. He'd take it. Our fans, particularly our fans, because they'd come to the game, and you didn't have that kind of attendance around the NFL. So we supported the game, and we're rewarded by it today. It's a fantastic thing for our fans, for the frankly, and then icing on the cake is that celebration when we join with the Salvation Army and get to do that around the country. That's an amazing thing in our culture. It basically puts the shoes on them when they don't have them, and they don't have a meeting about it. They put them on them, they feed them, don't meet about that, and they put Santa Claus on the tree and don't meet about that. And so it's wonderful just to be a place that our nation can look and see, be reminded about the Salvation Army. And I will say this, that probably will be the second audience to the Super Bowl over the next 12 months. So it's a big audience out there, proud to have it done, proud of our team.
Jerry, any thoughts on the Washington Post article and how the picture they painted of you from a picture when you were 14 years old?
Yeah, that was, 65 years ago, and a curious kid. I didn't know at the time the monumental event, really, that was going on, and I'm sure glad that we're a long way from that. I am, and we just. That would remind me just continue to do everything we can to not have those kinds of things happen.
Any regrets of just being in the photo, being there at all?
What?
Any regrets on being in the photo, being there at all?
Well, I wouldn't have just dug that up for sure.
Right.
I mean, seriously. But that was curiously. I got criticized because I was more interested in how I was going to be punished by my coaches and everybody for being out front, but nobody there had any idea, frankly, what was going to take place. You didn't. We didn't have all the last 70 years of reference and all the things that were going, and so you didn't have a reference point there. Still, I've got a habit of sticking this nose in the right place at the wrong time.
Did you get in trouble with your coach for being there?
I sure did.
Right.
What was the punishment?
Well, You know, I was a young sophomore trying to make the team, and they kicked my ass.
Jerry, it came after the Little Rock situation at Little Rock Central, though, right? That photo and that incident.
Excuse me?
That incident came after the situation in Little Rock Central.
Well, that was North Little Rock,
Right.
which was literally just 2 or 3 miles away.
Was it the same day as Little Rock Central, or it came a
As
different day?
as I recall, it was certainly in proximity with it. Those were certainly the issues that were going on, but did not have the structure or it was not the event that the central thing was.
Jerry, do you understand the perception that people have of you standing there? Because that was not exactly a welcoming committee that day.
Yeah, I sure do, and I understand that. And, I've just understand it. Yes.
So for the people that look at that and say you were a part of that, and you're saying you were curious, and other people are saying, well, this was a crowd, basically, you know.
Look. That was 65 years ago, and I had no idea when I walked up there what we were doing, and it just is a reminder to me of how to improve and do things the right way.
So what did you think of the crowd who, these kids were just trying to go to school? There was a whole lot of people, there was a lot of hostility towards those kids.
Yeah, you want to ask me what I was thinking? Okay, I was thinking about I'm going to get in trouble for being up here, and I didn't know what was going on, and I was 15 years old. And so having said that, that's all that I can remember.
Okay.
Jerry, it was reported that you're going to talk to Odell Beckham Jr. December 5th. Can you tell us where you are with that?
We had a good visit
Today?
today.
In person?
That's it.
In person?
That's it.
Jerry, Dak was able to overcome those 2 interceptions. What does it say about, he connected with several guys today, just his comfortability since the injury? He just seems to be hitting a stride with each week that passes that season with Dak. With Dak.
With Dak,
Yeah.
yes. I thought Dak certainly stayed steady, which was a good thing. When we were a little ragged there, had those turnovers, then we were a little ragged in our execution. I thought he stayed steady all day, and excuse me, that's a good sign.
Have you had a chance to talk to Sally Jenkins and Dan since they wrote that article? Did you
Who?
feel it, Sally Jenkins and Dan, did you feel it was fair?
I'll visit with any time you want to. We'll talk.
Okay.
Good. I've explained that. Period. I've explained that. Need somebody else here.
Jerry,
Behind.
Somebody behind
Calvin,
Yeah.
Calvin wants.
sorry. You said you met with Beckham today.
I didn't meet with him. I talked to him.
I talked to the phone. How would you classify that?
I didn't. I just talked to him.
Oh, y'all have a meeting, though. Will he come to
What?
Dallas?
What? And I don't have a time frame
Oh,
there.
he will. Okay,
Yeah.
you talk to him today. Okay, we know.
Do you think he'll be able to play this season?
We'll see.
Okay, you don't know
We'll
for
have
sure.
to see.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't gotten the benefit of his rehab work and where he is.
Okay.
But that's where it is. Yeah.
Jerry,
get
when you
him,
see
is
what
he-
Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and your tight ends collectively did today, do you feel like this is the best collective day for your pass catchers, and what does that mean for
Well, I think Odell stands on his own as far as being able to be additive, and and I believe that, and so we'll approach it from that standpoint.
How did you feel collectively about the pass catchers today, all the tight ends and receivers? What
I
they were
thought
able to do?
I thought Lamb, Gallup, I thought in general,
Yeah.
we played very well. And I want to say this, I feel very good about our receiving corps.
Yeah.
And frankly about our passing game if you include the guys out of the backfield. I feel, and our tight ends. So I feel good about our receiving corps, period, right now.
Jerry,
What was
you've
your-
talked about Haley. You've talked about Haley being the difference to win 2 of those Super Bowls, and then Dion the difference in '95. Do you see Odell as that type of player that could make a difference for a Super Bowl team?
Well, I don't want to make comparisons, but Odell could help us. I believe that right now. Now we've got to make it fit, and that's the challenge.
Is the
Jerry,
biggest
what-
concern with you the health or the finances of that?
I think just the general how we make this fit. And all of that availability is huge. But the financial part of it is really huge too.
Jerry, what was your reaction to Jake Ferguson's hurdle after he caught that? What were you feeling when you saw that?
Yeah, he's to me that looks like him. To me that looks inside him when you see him doing that kind of thing, and then put the head down, be physical at the end of it.
Jerry, Micah Parsons has talked about the importance of consistency rather than flashes for him to have 2 more sacks today and be active. What did he show you today? Micah Parsons to have 2 more sacks.
Well, I think the entire day, Micah was consistent. I think that he was consistently aggressive. He made himself felt. I could see that he was getting attention even if he weren't nearing the quarterback. And that's a big deal, and that's what we're getting the benefit of.
How much does the Salvation Army help when you see the tight ends in the kettle like that? How much does it help the Salvation Army when you get those big shots like that and TV cameras on that?
Well, the Salvation Army, when I think of the 130 years of tradition, and then I think here we are, probably on the most visible game that we'll have other than the Super Bowl. And here we are having our players in and out that Super Bowl, in and out that game with that red kettle. Then I know that is reminding so many millions of people of what the Salvation Army does. And my big deal with the Salvation Army is I'm not into board meetings, I'm not into big planning sessions, long-term plans. Salvation Army, while everybody's thinking about how to do it, they put the shoes on them, they put the food on the table, they get them in, give them a bed, and they put Santa Claus under that tree, and then they ask questions later. And to me, that's their biggest attribute. And so it's fabulous to see our team and see us get to basically demonstrate. I know the league has sometimes issues with us putting those kettles on the field, and I've kind of winked and said, let's debate about it. Let's get out here in public and debate about it. So we'll see.
You encourage the players to jump in the kettle?
Well, I just love their enthusiasm. I want them to know they're there. Just like I want America to know the Salvation Army's there. And so that's a heck of a visual if you think about it.